Hi, this is Lila, and today I'm going to make braised pork ribs with rigatoni. I have 4 pounds here of pork ribs, and I salted them with regular salt and fresh black pepper. And the next step is I'm going to take these over to the stove, and I'm going to pan fry these golden brown for about 10 minutes in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil in my stock pot. So I'll take you over there and show you the process. Okay, I now have my pork spare ribs browning in a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. And it says on the recipe that you don't want to crowd them. You want to just put 2 at a time, or if you have a bigger stock pot than this, then go ahead, but you don't want to crowd them. So I'm going to go ahead and let them brown on one side, then I'll flip them over and brown the other side and drain them on a paper towel, and then we'll go to the next step, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I just wanted to show you my browned pork ribs. They've been sauteed in olive oil and salt and peppered and browned on both sides. Okay, so the meat is done, it's draining, and we're going to go on to the next step. Okay, so I removed my browned meat from the pan here, and I went ahead and drained the grease that was left from the browning of the meat, and I reserved 4 tablespoons back into the pan. So now we're going to add our chopped onions. Garlic, our cherry peppers, and we're going to cook and stir these till the onions caramelize, about 4 minutes. Smells so good in here, like an Italian restaurant with all the peppers and garlic and onion. This is about 4 cups of yellow onion. I'll put all the ingredients to the recipe. Well, not the ingredients, but I'll put the link to the recipe where you can go and get it if you're interested. Because I'm not going to write down all the steps. This isn't my recipe anyway. I'm just, making this dish because I've seen it and it looks so delicious. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let this cook down so the onions are caramelized, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, here is my caramelized onions, garlic and cherry peppers, nice and caramelized. And now the next step is we're going to stir in our 2 cans of peeled tomatoes. Try not to splat. Let me give that a good stir. Over and under so we don't tear up anything. There's your delicious sauce. Then, and just in case you're curious, they said to use this brand of peeled tomatoes. It's an Italian brand. It's by Cento. Okay, so that's what I use. 2 cans. So we added our sauce. And now we're going to add in the bay leaf, 2 bay leaves. and 6 sprigs of fresh thyme. Okay, let me give that a stir. Now, there we go. So now the next step is I'm going to cover it and I'm going to bring it to a boil, and I'll bring you back and we'll put the meat inside. Okay, I'm back and my sauce is coming to a boil. So the last step to this recipe now is just to tuck the ribs that we browned earlier back into the sauce. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Here are the ribs, and we're just going to nestle them in there. You want to make sure they get plenty of sauce. Remember, these are not cooked inside, okay? In case you saw some blood on the paper towel, they're just browned, okay? But we're going to let these cook in the sauce. Okay, so hopefully I have enough room in here to put these all in here. And the reason I cut these into 2 slices so they won't fall apart inside the pot. Now I'm really starting to wonder if this is all going to fit in there. I'll make it work, you guys. My husband came inside. He said he can smell it outside. He was curious. I said, it's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you. Oh my gosh, you guys. Now I have this big old heifer here. Hopefully I could fit that in there. Okay, let's see. Oh. Wow. Okay. Look at all the onion in there. I made a mistake. I meant to say that I used 3 cups of onion, yellow onion. Okay, so there we go. So now we have it all covered in here. I was thinking, I wonder if you can do this part in the slow cooker. You probably could, huh? Okay, there we go. So there it is, you guys. There's my braised pork ribs. Okay, the rigatoni part we will do after. So now I'm going to cover this and we're going to let this simmer for about 2 hours, and I will taste it. It says to lightly season with salt and pepper. So I'm going to simmer this on low for 2 hours so the ribs can finish cooking in the sauce, and then I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, I had my sauce and ribs sauteing on low for 2.5 hours, and once that was completed, I took out the pork ribs and put them on a platter. Then I went ahead and added the sauce back into another saucepan here. Then I boiled a 1-pound box of rigatoni, salted water and brought it to a boil and brought it al dente. And then you put it back into the sauce like this, and then you bring the pasta and the sauce to a boil, which it already has, tossing to coat the pasta. And this is the time you can check your seasoning to add any salt and pepper. I already did that, and mine is taste the way we like it, not too salty, not too bland. And the last step we're going to do now is stir in 2/3 cup of cheese. In the recipe it asks for, I don't know the name of the cheese, an Italian cheese. I could not find it at my store that I went to, and so I just settled for this 4 cheese blend right here, and it has provolone, Asiago, Romano, and Parmesan. So that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to put the 2/3 cup into my sauce and pasta. Oh, it just looks so good. And we're going to stir that in there. I don't think there's any right or wrong amount of cheese. If you want to put more cheese in there, I don't see why not. And that's it. It's done. Basically, it's done. It's all the pasta is coated with this beautiful sauce that has been simmering for 2.5 hours with the garlic and the onions and the sweet cherry tomatoes and the Italian canned plum tomatoes. Yeah, in fact, I'm going to put a little bit more because I love cheese in my pasta. I'm just going to do a little bit more. And then we'll be ready to eat. This does make a lot, so if you have a large family, this definitely will make a lot. Or if you're having a party or a gathering, you're definitely eating this for a couple of days. Except on Friday, we can't have meat. So anyway, there we go. And all you do now is you're going to put your ribs back in to the pasta and sauce, like so. Here they are. Just stick them in there. I'm just putting the small ones in here because the pan is kind of crowded. And you can, you know, spoon the sauce on top of here, like so, to coat your ribs. Okay, so there you have it. You have my video here for braised pork ribs with rigatoni. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit long, but I had to break it into little segments. So, I can't wait to taste this. I will be showing this on my weekly meals, and I will tell you then what it tastes like. But it's 7:30 over here in California, Pacific time, and it's late, and my husband's hungry. And this took longer than I thought, so I would definitely plan ahead better next time. And start this earlier, like 12 noon instead of 3 in the afternoon. Anyway, it was still fun to make this. I love the way it looks. Hopefully it's coming out looking appetizing here. And make sure you have a big pan and a big stock pot to make this recipe. So this is Lidia. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.